Hey everybody. I wanted to do another vlog talking about just a few things. Um, and first, before I get into that, I want to say thank you to any of you that have been so far anticipating the album. It's pretty much done. I'm just making some final tweaks here and there. And Lord willing, I'll have the track list for you to see who's featured on what song and how many songs there are and things like that. And of course, you'll get the release date soon, Lord willing. I don't plan for it to be too long from now. But I just wanted to get that out the way because it's important to let people know that you appreciate them. People that show their support visibly, the invisible people that are supportive to me. I appreciate you too. Um, but I just wanted to talk about um, something that I think can be helpful to you, and um, again, to the people that are visible and invisible, I hope this is a help to you. Um, when it comes to doing things that are true to who you are and true to your gift, um, typically that's a external thing that's manifested, and the public, whether that public means your friends and family or that means people online or whatever, are going to be a witness to it. That's the point of sharing your gift, right? The point of sharing your gift means you're not selfish about it. Because sure, you can encourage yourself by singing to yourself in your room, and but sharing a song with someone else, who wouldn't want to have an impact on someone in a positive way? You know, I think that's a very selfless thing, and I think that's a beautiful thing when you can share your gift and not be selfish with it, whether that's singing or anything else. So I wanted to talk about um, public fears and public critique and what that looks like, and some ways that we can navigate that. And this video is to me. Like, some of you that actually have been following my videos know that I'm very big on the things I post, the things I share are things that I watch back to encourage myself. So this is kind of like a little public private diary form that I get to share with you. Of course, my personal life is my personal life. I'm not unwise to come on here and yap about that. But I think it's wise and fair and thoughtful to share things with you that can be a help. And of course, some of you have been letting me know it has been, so it's encouraging. So I want to talk about um, public critique, how to navigate that, and also enemies. So just to jump into it, I'll start backward. So a lot of times when you are the kind of person that's not really super social, super out there, people don't really know who you are, know your name, your circles are tight, and things like that. You would assume that that's the best way to protect yourself from challenges, because I agree with that. I think the less you get involved in, as my mom say, mix up and blender, the better and calmer your days can be, because you're not filled with dramas and phone calls from people and things like that. So it is wise to not be so forward in every setting and things like that. But one thing you may not be aware of, and I don't want you to be oblivious to, is you have enemies. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. You have enemies. You have people dedicated to you that don't like you just because. You know, I think sometimes we forget that you don't have to do anything for people not to like you, for people to want to destroy you, for people to want to disparage your character, for people to want to spread rumors about you, for people to shun you, things like that. You can have a clean record. You can be the kindest person, the sweetest soul, and you will still have somebody that thinks of you in a way that you are not. That's just how that goes. And it's the reason why I'm mentioning this is because it's not wise to go to your day to day assuming everybody around you is for you. And because you're not a troublemaker, you're not gonna, nobody has it in for you. And because you're not outspoken, you're not gonna run into challenges and obstacles. I think that it's always important to keep in mind that just as much people that love you and support you, there's more people that won't like you and support you. It's just the kind of world that we live in. Most people, by ratio, aren't going to treat you well, aren't going to love you, are not going to support you in anything. Most people are going to be on the other side. That's kind of like good versus evil. It's only common sense to know that there's always fewer good people, fewer kind people, fewer gracious people in the world than there are bad people, jealous people, evil people. There's always more evil than good in this natural world. For some reason, that's just how it is. So the same goes for you. This is dedicated to any of you that are very, very reserved, very, very to themselves. Understand, you may not show up on social media. You may not go to all the events and all the celebrations and all the meetings, but there is someone that sees you and don't like you. And they would do what it took if they had the opportunity to block your progress, to slow you down, to discourage you, to make inconveniences for you. So always keep in mind, if you have that in mind, that you do have enemies, you will move with wisdom. You will move intentionally and not get pushed down by resistance when it does come. Because sometimes that can derail you when you've been thinking this whole time you've been doing such a great job and nobody's against you. And when you do get hit by somebody like that or some situation like that, you get completely derailed. Always keep in mind, you have people that care about you, that support you, but you will also have opposition. It doesn't matter who you are. You can be so popular that the flowers smile when you walk by. It just doesn't matter. You're going to have people that are among those that are smiling that wished you were destroyed, that wish you would lose everything that you have, that wish I can't imagine everybody that's watching me go through this recording process with my music wants me to succeed. It would be foolish of me to think everybody that's watching me go through this album journey and promoting my music is hoping for me to have good music. I'm not naive. I have had enough experience to know there's more people that's going to want me to fail than succeed. That's just how it goes. And that's okay, because that's just the way the world works. But because I have enough awareness to know that there are just as many evil forces, or there's more evil than good that's trying to grab my attention, unfortunately, I can push past those obstacles and those doubts and those fears and those negative things when they do come, and it doesn't bring me crumbling down because I was on this sort of delusional high of thinking everybody loves me. Does that make sense? So I really want you to keep in mind that you will always have that force that's there trying to work against you. So you have what it takes if you have the desire to push past it and move around those obstacles. You get what I'm saying? So I hope that awareness will come to you, if that makes any sense. And I also wanted to touch on really quick that understand that it doesn't matter what you do. Again, goes back to the enemy thing. People will always have an opinion. People will always have an opinion, and they do have a right to express their opinion. Will your friends and family and supporters and anybody, will they know the right way to express their opinions to you? Not necessarily. Some people just don't have social awareness to know this is not the time to say that. This is not how you should say that. Some people just don't care. They don't have really much sympathy toward people when it comes to things like that. So understand, do the best you can. But even I'm certainly aware that the public will not give you grace. Most people are not forgiving, and most people, whenever they have a chance to tear you down, unfortunately, there are fewer people that will extend grace than people that will want to grab onto an opportunity to tear you down, to destroy your character. It's kind of a somber tone, but these are realities that's important to stay aware of so that you can keep moving forward and keep advancing and developing instead of getting shot down by such crippling experiences. Always keep that in mind, okay? I'm rooting for the best for you, and I hope this was helpful to you in some sort of way, like I often say. Stay tuned for the music, and I thank you for watching.